I'd like to thank our sponsors for Season 2, Landmark Title and Pixelist Media. Hope you enjoy the show. So welcome to Season 2, Episode 5. I am so excited to have Jeff Keck here with me, General Manager of Camelback Flower Shop, really an institution here in Arcadia that actually makes the most fantastic flower arrangements. They are the best in the valley. However, I do have a little beef, Jeff.
Okay.
I do have a little beef. Jeff here loves Fulham Football Club. And obviously, as it's my show, I just want to tell you who I support.
Okay.
So I'm from Manchester, and obviously there is only one team in Manchester. So Manchester United, here we go. And I'm just going to wear this through the whole interview, if that's all right.
Hey,
so
we're still ahead of you in the table.
Well, yes, for sure. But I've got to at least have some patronage to my home team in Manchester. Quite right. So anyway, let's get going. How did you go from being a restaurant to, I suppose, working for the Cheesecake Factory to the Camelback Flower Shop? It's quite a change.
Yeah, I'd have to say a big part of it was I wanted to not go back to working in a restaurant. I have 4 sons. Most of them are out of the house now, but I missed out on a lot of things, with being able to be around on weekends or anything like that. So right. I was kind of looking for a career switch, and I just happened to find an ad, and it didn't even really say specifically that it was a flower shop. I interviewed, and I just thought it sounded like a cool opportunity. The people were very, very nice. Teresa, the owner of the shop, and a few other people that I talked to in the interview process were great, and I just felt like I could impact it and it would be fun. And I do got to say I do like the hours a lot more than working in restaurants.
No, well, I can imagine. And also, didn't you get fed up with the cheesecake? What was your favorite flavor?
I would say probably dulce de leche, but no, I'm not really that into sweets, so I can kind of just like have one bite. Yeah, although I like the whole menu, So right. They do have a lot of great food at that place.
They do.
I do miss it sometimes, just being able to walk around and eat whatever I wanted to.
Right.
But yeah, I love my change, and I'm really happy at the flower shop. It's been great.
I can imagine that. So tell me about Camelback Flower Shop and how that has impacted your life.
Well, it's like I say, I'm off on weekends now, so I get to spend a lot more time with my family. But how I think it's been a great experience for me, kind of doing something that's not so repetitive. The corporate restaurant job was kind of the same thing, week after week, after month after month, quarter after quarter. It was just sort of the same thing. Everything was very structured. And here, there's a lot more freedom to do different things. We're kind of always doing a lot of, interesting projects, and there's things that I'll just have to figure out. Like at some point, we talked about it, and Teresa thought it would be a good idea for us to get a liquor license. So I went through the whole process of, going to City Hall and filling out all the forms and, getting through all of that so we could carry beer and wine. And just different things like that is what I really like about it, is that I'm kind of always doing different stuff.
Right.
There's always new challenges and things that we have to figure out. And it kind of engages my brain a little more, I think.
Right. Yeah, no, I can totally understand that. Now, what you have talked about, which is interesting, is that you wanted a different lifestyle. And I think a lot of jobs do have an impact on, family and support. And actually recently we just had an event here at the Brokery, which actually brought in spouses to discuss how being an agent, a real estate agent, can affect the family life, because you're always on commission. You're always chasing the next deal. Mm-hmm. It can be quite lonely, especially if you're a sole agent. Excuse me. But I do think that you've obviously made that change, which obviously helped you and your life. So I think it's amazing that you discovered that and did it. So how would you describe Arcadia in one word?
I would probably say community. I don't live in Arcadia, but I'm always amazed at the people that are here, and kind of everybody knows each other. Everybody's very supportive of each other, whether it's, supporting other people's businesses or just sort of that community feel. So I think for me, probably yeah, the community is a really neat aspect about Arcadia.
And I think we've had quite a few people say community. And that's part of why I'm doing this, supporting other businesses, etc. So, okay, the last question, and I think it's a really important one. How do you employ these unbelievable florists? What's the process of getting them?
I think it's really more about developing them. Pretty much all of our people really learned their trade at Camelback Flower Shop, learned from Teresa,
Right.
Learned from Rosa, who's our operations manager. And so we will generally hire people in like a shop support role and teach them how to process the flowers, have them taking out garbage and all of those types of jobs. And then as time goes on, they learn more and more, and we'll get them into designing. We have
really
a few really great people who have kind of just come through the ranks and are continuing to branch out and do more, and we give them new challenges, and it's amazing to see the things that they can do.
So it's really like a school.
It really is, yeah.
I never knew that, actually, because honestly, I thought these were just people that were brought in that were, these extremely talented people, but actually it's the people within the company that are building these people up to become so creative and talented.
Yeah, I think you find somebody and you see that they have that vision, and then it's a lot of teaching them and letting them spread their wings and do more stuff. But yeah, pretty much everybody there has kind of learned as they go.
I think that's amazing. So quick fire questions. Ski or golf?
Skiing, I think, yeah. I'm really into skiing right now, but I do love golf a lot. That's tough.
Okay. Do you watch the Ryder Cup?
I didn't really watch it. I had a little bit on yesterday, but I was focused on American football.
Yeah. Well, Europe won.
Yes, I know. I'm kind of happy about it.
Anyway, okay. LGO or Postino?
Boy, that's tough. Those are our customers. I would say Postinos. I've always loved Postinos.
Okay. That's fine. And you can say whatever you like. Okay, cheesecake or pizza?
Pizza. Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. Pizza's part of my religion. Like a big pizza guy.
Right. Okay. And then you put something in your bio, but I have no idea what it means. What is a deadhead?
That's it's a flower term, but also it's a fan of the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I've been a big fan of the Grateful Dead. That's what I'm listening to in the car. When I've been to concerts and all that.
I'm going to sound so stupid now that I asked that question. Hey, I'm British. What are you going to do? Anyway, Jeff, that was amazing. Well done.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thank you.
You made it through the episode. So if you want to see more of these great guests, check out my YouTube channel at Love Arcadia Living. And each week, you'll see how these brilliant businesses make Arcadia thrive.